I've been testing the Final Fantasy cards for 2 weeks and I found something that's breaking the game. Here are all the best cards presented in one single video. Sephiroth. Sephiroth can generate multiple emblems in a single game through its transformation mechanic. Here's how it works. His front sight functions like Blood Artist, triggering whenever creatures die. When he transforms into one-winged angel, you get an emblem that stays for the rest of the game. This isn't just another crossover set. It's already the best-selling Magic set in history, and after testing these cards, I understand why. But Sephiroth isn't even the most explosive card in the set, Tifa Lockhart. Tifa Lockhart can kill opponents on turn 3.
Tifa can win on turn 3 in Standard? Start by playing Tifa on turn 2. Then on turn 3, before you play your land for the turn, play Titanic Growth, making her a 5/6. Then play a land like Fabled Passage or Evolving Wilds. This will double her power to 10 thanks to her landfall activation. Sacrifice your land to search for a new one, activating her landfall once again to spike her power all the way up to 20. Attack with your 26 Trampler, and then if your opponent doesn't have a blocker, you win!
While Tifa ends games in explosive fashion, this next card creates value engines that last the entire match. Gilgamesh, Master at Arms. Gilgamesh changes how equipment decks function. When he enters, you look at the top 6 cards of your library and put any equipment you find directly onto the battlefield. Not into your hand, onto the battlefield. Even multiple pieces at once. He's an immediate threat that carries all that equipment himself if needed. Most equipment commanders make you choose between developing your board and finding your pieces. Gilgamesh does both simultaneously. Zack Fair, the Sacrifice Engine. Zack Fair solves the fundamental problem with Voltron strategies. Well, the Voltron strategy is essentially the strategy where you take in a bunch of steroids and you put it into one big buffed up creature. This big buffed up creature has the task to win the game. Now, what if the opponent just has one puny Knight of Ebon Legion with Death Touch?
There was despair and hopelessness as the situation seemed impossible to deal with.
This is where Zack's amazing effect comes into place. He starts as a 0-1 with a +1/+1 counter. That's not impressive, but when you sacrifice him, 3 things happen. First, target creature becomes indestructible until the end of the turn. Second, you move all counters from Zack onto that creature. Third, you move all equipment from Zack onto that creature. This creates a protection engine that gets stronger over time. Every +1/+1 counter put on Zack becomes permanent value that transfers on death. Every piece of equipment he carries moves to the next creature. The interaction with the Ozolith is particularly interesting. You're building permanent advantage through temporary creatures. This transforms how Voltron strategies operate. Instead of protecting one creature, you're creating an engine that benefits from creature death.
We get trample. Opponent's not even gonna block. We should have done that backwards, really. Good game.
But the real innovation of this set is in the transformation mechanics. Cecil, Dark Knight. The double-faced cards in this set don't just transform, they completely change your strategy mid-game. Cecil demonstrates this perfectly. His Dark Knight side has Death Touch but forces you to lose life whenever he deals damage to anything. It's actively hurting your game plan. But when your life total hits half or less, he transforms into Cecil, Redeemed Paladin. He gains lifelink, his stats improve, and suddenly that life loss becomes life gain. This creates a unique deck building tension. You want to lose life to trigger the transformation, but you need to survive long enough to benefit from it. Cards like Phyrexian Arena and Greed become transformation enablers rather than just draw cards. Against a deck like Mono Red, it might be difficult to play this card effectively, but Mono Black has always had mechanics where they sacrifice their own life, and they've been kind of strong in the past couple years as well. With this card added to the pool, we might see a very strong black deck. Kefka operates on the opposite principle. His frontside forces opponents to discard and sacrifice permanents. But his backside Ruler of Ruin creates instant win combos with cards like Niv Mizzet or Laboratory Maniac. You're disrupting opponents while building toward your own combo finish. Here's what makes this mechanically significant. These transformations change color identity for Commander. Cecil's Dark Knight side is mono black, but his Paladin side is white-black. You're essentially playing different commanders as the game develops. Most transform cards require specific conditions you build around. This design philosophy is quite nice, and I actually welcome it a lot. It is cool, it is fun. There's some more variety in the game now, and we have to adapt towards these things, and it's generally just a very cool thing. Aerith gains Bro, the life gain ancient. Aerith functions like Ajani's Pridemate, but with a twist that changes everything. Every time you gain life, she gets a +1/+1 counter, but when she dies, you can move all those counters to another legendary creature. Most people focus on the life gain aspect, but the real power is in the counter transfer. She's storing value for your other legendary creatures. In a deck with multiple legendary creatures, Aerith becomes a counter battery that makes your entire board stronger.